So Nice is full of many buildings, similar to Paris. Many architecturally significant buildings. So here in Nice, France, the architecture is full of artwork and is beautifully placed to give the Nice city a sense of history and a wealth of detail and beauty. Here at the fountain in the main square, we can see how rich in artwork and beauty the city is. But as we look beyond towards the promenade, we'll see our first example of a very interesting way of painting a building. Along the walkway to the promenade, we have our first example of creative Trompe-l'œil of a building. The side of the building is actually flat and has no openings to it. But because we're in such an interesting part of the city, they couldn't leave it just a flat block. So they painted windows and trellises and trim bands on the side. Here we have the flat facade of the building. And in order to make it feel more three-dimensional, there are curtains in the upstairs windows, potted plants, balcony railings, and down on the ground level is detailing and shutters to make it look like stonework. So this is the actual facade facing the water. And you can see the trim bands and the stone, and everything was fairly well done. But as it turns the corner, the interesting thing is they used a shadow and they painted the details, but as you look down the side, there is no projection on the side of the building. It's all a Trompe-l'œil representation of what it might be, but with the shadow lines it fools your eyes. I'm sure many people walk by this building every day and don't realize that only the front has the true detailing. Looking at here is the true detail with recess. And as we come to the corner of the building, we'll see it has a shadow and a gray line in order to mimic the actual stone on the front, but it has no recess. And here we have a plaque. 1843 was the original building built. It was done in 2015 for the art of fresco decoration. So you can see that they have a plaque painted on the side of the building. As we can see here, the artist has done a wonderful example of representing recesses and shadow lines in order to make everything appear three-dimensional. But as you approach the building, you'll see that there is no projection. It's just a flat facade. Gabaldi is in a neighborhood It has earth tone colors, shutters, and balconies. So let's go see how they created this at Gabaldi Square. So here is Garibaldi elevation, where you can see the painted trims on the side of the building. Again, everything is flat here. There is nothing projection, but with the shadow line, they've created the illusion of a three-dimensional trim on the building. And it's done all around Garibaldi Square. You'll see it on all four facades here. This trim has been done very well, and there's lots of it here. You'll have to, next time when you're in Garibaldi, just stop for a minute and take a look around and see what's going on. It's very interesting that it's all faux painting. So Garibaldi Square has done an amazing job with paint and trim to make the place look rich and architecturally detailed. But again, it's all a matter of making things that are flat look 3D by adding shadow to the paint. And that is an amazing set of paint jobs. We're here on a cloudy day, but you still see the shadows painted on the trims and the sills to make it appear as though they're popped out from the facade. But they're not. They're just flat to the wall with a really good paint job. So here at Garibaldi Square, as we glance around, we'll notice that all of the buildings, the windows are trimmed, the sills are trimmed, and there's baluster below the windows. But all of that is a paint job. None of that is three-dimensional. It's all just a flat paint job on the wall. Now here at the main building, the columns and the recess on the windows are real. But on the right and the left side, all of the trim is a paint job. Well done, I must say. You'll see this building over here has a little bit of open window here or there, but basically the shutters cover window openings, but the building is painted. It's just a flat wall that reads as though it's three-dimensional. So next time you're at Garibaldi Square, walk over to the wall and look straight up, and you'll see that everything is just flat trim with a shadow line to make it look like it projects. But it's really a paint job on a flat wall to make the whole place feel dressed up and fancy. All of the curved and the pointed heads over all of the windows and doors are all just excellent job of painting. It must have taken somebody a long time to do this paint, but it looks excellent. And this is Garibaldi Square.